Good morning. We're back. Boy, what a bunch of lessons learned this past week. Glad to be back to work, though. No complaining.
Yeah, like what?
Oh, several.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Cooper. Yes, we are back in action. This is Athens in the AM. Thank y'all for getting up with us on a Tuesday morning. Back from a Memorial Day week off. And we'll take the week of the 4th off, too. Just so y'all know that. Go ahead and plan your schedules around it. I know people don't like to run reruns or see reruns. Got to do what you got to do. Frank is in here this morning, too. Y'all need to call us about anything. 230-4988. You can text Gloria, 603-4848. I've even got my phone in here this morning, 230-1123. We got a lot of stuff to talk about this morning as a week off. Hope y'all had a good time, too. We'll be joined by some guests Gloria's got coming up later on this morning. We'll talk about that, and we'll go back in time, revisit some Country Rover stuff, and talk about what we're going to plan on doing this summer. Coming up by September, Labor Day, we should be ready to roll on a couple of things. But yeah, kind of an interesting week. A lot of stuff going around. I saw Frank with a weed eater out weed eating the fence row, didn't I, Frank?
Yeah, you did.
First day off, Frank was already out working. So I want to say hello to everybody we visited with while we were off. Had a good time celebrating the Matthews. I want to say hello to Barbara and everybody down in Louisiana this morning. Had a house full of them on the Sunday before Memorial Day. But hey, got it all going on, so we'll talk about that coming up in just a moment. Gloria's got the weather for you, because if you just know it right now, it's been raining a little bit this morning, thunder and lightning too, but I think that's gone.
Oh, I hope so. Well, there may be a few little spotty showers out there this morning on your way into work. Seatbelt, be very careful. A little extra time to get to work anyway. 72 degrees, just going to be hot, muggy, bad hair day. You know how that goes. May want to just stick it up in a ponytail or something. High temperatures around 85 today. After the rain clears, we have no rain to worry about for several days. Look at the extended forecast, looking pretty good. Temperatures in the 80s, maybe close to 90. There it is, but no rain to worry about.
But we need the rain because it's needed for our yards. Anyway, I hope y'all had a good time off as we did. A lot of things going on. First and foremost, though, in case I didn't stay up late last night to watch any of it, but the Alabama girls got beat pretty bad by Oklahoma last night. Sizzling Sooners. That's right. Bama's got to win tonight and tomorrow night to pull it off. They won. They got beat last night 4-1, and our star pitcher Jackie Trina gave up 11 hits, her second highest total of the year. I watched them Sunday after church. That was fun to watch. But yep. And I know y'all got it, marking it down. It's only 3 months to kickoff when Alabama starts its quest for yet another national championship.
Good, you'll have something to do.
I'll have plenty to do, because that's what I live for, is Alabama football.
Really?
I mean, a lot of stuff been going on. We hope y'all had a good time on everything. Speaking of having a good time, yes, we were celebrating. For those of you who didn't know, Gloria's birthday was this past Saturday.
Yeah, some forgot.
Abby and the baby Maddie came over and celebrated with us Sunday. We've got some photographs of that we'll share with y'all right now. That's me on the left.
Nice hair.
That's Maddie. She's, what, 3 weeks old yesterday?
She is.
And I think we got a picture of Gloria the day after her birthday from our kitchen right there.
Yeah, no, Brad. This is best. You just enjoy them and send them home.
Now, I want to know why you did not post on Facebook it was your birthday.
Why do I need anyone?
But you have me on there, but you don't have you on there.
Because you're older.
But you don't want nobody to know it was your birthday.
Well, I didn't say that, but I don't need people on Facebook to say happy birthday. They can if they want, but...
Well, we are still accepting
All I know is we got a phone call on your phone from Stanley. Stanley is a very unique, wonderful young man.
Who watches us.
Who watches, young man, I say, what, mid-40s, I think. Just a special guy. And he called your phone. I've not met him in person, but he's saying happy birthday.
Stanley, I hope you don't mind, but we're going to play that happy birthday greeting that you left on my cell the other day. Here it is, celebrating Gloria's birthday this past Saturday.
Hi, Jamie. Guess who? It's for Gloria, your wife.
How cute, Stanley. For Gloria, your wife.
Happy birthday to Gloria. Happy birthday to her. Happy birthday for the super mega star Gloria. Happy birthday to you. And many more
that goes on.
To come from a big fan of the Jamie Cooper Gloria Queen Show.
I'm funny.
Happy birthday to you, Gloria. Maybe someday we can meet. Ta-ta.
Ta-ta, Stanley.
Let it go, Stanley. Thank you, Stanley, a loyal viewer over there. Hey, yesterday morning at the gym, I saw the Sunday paper, you know, Heather Haney gets inducted into the Limestone County Sports Hall of Fame here in a couple of weeks. We attended that a couple of years ago. Our buddy John Bailey, quarterback up at Ardmore, got inducted. Randy White, her coach, got inducted. There's the article. So yesterday, when I was at the gym, before me and Dusty started spinning at about 2 minutes till 5, I said, Heather, can I get you to autograph this newspaper article for me? She did. Here's a photograph of us at the gym yesterday. Heather, oh, that's the wrong one. That's Randy White. He does it right after that. I go out there and get him to do it. Here's the one of Heather. That's me, and that's Dusty in the red shirt back in the back on his little bicycle getting ready to go. Heather autographed. Then I went out to the gym. Randy was there.
Your girlfriend.
He's there every morning. He was her coach. Said she's one of the best doggone players he'd ever seen in his life. He also was inducted into the Limestone County Sports Hall of Fame several years ago for winning 3 championships, Frank, state championships, I think. Yeah. Randy and I went to Snead State. I think he went together. We went together. He went right after I did.
Did he stay longer?
Yeah. Other interesting news over the week. Gloria gets up the other day on her phone, on my phone, was mine or yours, says goat died. She said.
So I'm thinking, what viewer out there can't wait to tell me his goat died?
I mean, I said goat died.
Goat died. I was like,
I said, I don't know.
I'm sorry to hear your goat died. Who is this?
Well, lo and behold, it was the guy that owned the New Hope Funeral Home, who I've known all my life and was the mayor of New Hope 12 years. Billy Goat Jones died. But the message just said goat died.
I didn't put it together, did I?
So that's just one of those things.
It was cute.
Got a couple things to talk about. My neighbor, our neighbor Bill Donovan, had a great letter to the editor the other day. We'll try to get Dan Williams up here, Arthur Orr, before long, talk about this. It said reward by demoting. So this is how, you know, talking about that redistricting. Bill don't like it. Ronnie Marks don't like it. And Zorro, you don't like it, do you?
Don't make him bark. Sheriff Blakely doesn't like it.
So this is how you reward the fastest growing county in Alabama. Demote them. If you've been reading the stories on Alabama's reappropriation, you know the current plans to break Limestone County into 5 districts. Well, it goes on to say here, in essence, Madison and Morgan representatives have been working on since 1980 when the I-565 corridor came through. He said basically what this is called is the neutering of Limestone County. He said this is a monumental time in our county's history. We can't agree about many things. One thing we should all unite on, it's not fair to Limestone's equal representation in Montgomery. A lot of people are upset about this, but that was Bill's article. The neutering of Limestone County. So we'll get one of the state representatives up here to talk about that coming up real soon. Speaking of newspaper, I got that out of the News Courier. You know, the Huntsville Times has announced that they will go to 3 days a week in September, along with the Birmingham News and the Mobile Press Register. They will only print on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sunday, with Huntsville now going to be printing in Birmingham. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. Well, Kelly Kazik's got an article. Tell me why you read this newspaper. Talking about the News Courier is alive and well. Community newspaper exists because people like us exist, regular viewers. I said we're a small town paper. Folks know what's important to members of the community. After announcing the others are closing, they're saying this one, the News Courier is part of the community. It says it is your only source for daily news. I don't really believe that because I'm a source too. But it's also the newspaper that has, since your birth, covered the milestones in your life. It says not our intention to duplicate what you already know. While we don't always do the best job of selling ourselves, it's a good time to remind our readers of the positive aspects of the news. I want the News Courier to stay in business. I get a lot of useful information out of here. So I just want to say, yeah, you know, it gives me a way to
make fun of something?
Well, they got a lot of people covering stuff.
Oh, they do.
That way, if the newspapers get out and does all the work, all I got to do is come up here and highlight some stuff and read some stuff.
And read it to you so you don't have to buy a
picture, yeah, changing papers. Great picture out of Decatur Daily. Look at this dog and this baby. Now, I'm assuming that the 13-month-old baby out of Hartselle, Grayson Brightwell, that is Bonnie, a 4-year-old English Mastiff. That's a big dog.
That is.
I mean, look at that thing.
I almost repeated what Brad said. He's like, that's a big head on that baby. But
and then USA Today this morning, they're talking about if you carry a dog like Zorro or a dog like Bonnie here, you may have to start restraining your pet or get a ticket in your automobile. So it's not all driving distractions ring or beep. Some of them bark. So now in some states, it is a fine. $250 to $1,000 you can face in New Jersey if you have under the animal cruelty law, if you don't have your pet on a leash or some's restrained in a vehicle. So.
Some states, that is, you can get a ticket already.
All right. I got some other things to talk about. We may do those later. But this was out of the Decatur Daily, May 30th. This would be an Alan Coleman type deal here this morning. A man suffering from a toothache shot himself in the jaw with a gun in an effort to remove the troublesome tooth. How'd that go, Frank?
Not too good.
Not too good, right. Officers called to a home on Locust Street Southeast Monday arrived to find a man bleeding heavily from his mouth and his brother trying to stop the bleeding with a towel. The man was conscious and alert when officers arrived. He told them he was tired of his tooth hurting and attempted to shoot it out.
What?
The victim's brother told police, Frank, that the 61-year-old had been drinking beer and complaining of the toothache before going into the bedroom and closing the door. The brother said he heard a loud pop and went in the bedroom to find his brother, sitting on the bed, holding a .25 caliber handgun and bleeding. Police said the man wounded the right side of his jaw was taken to the hospital, and the man, yes, had been consuming beer, more likely more than he needed.
Apparently. How dumb can you be?
That's a toothache.
He's got more
So
aches
you
now
take-
than his tooth.
You got a toothache, you're drinking, you go into the bedroom,
Yeah.
you take a gun, and you put it right here, thank you, Frank, you take it right here, and you pull the trigger hoping to
Get rid of your
get
tooth.
shed of the pain. How'd that work, Frank?
It'll add to the pain.
Whoa. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes drinking can lead to some stupidity.
Some people just should never drink.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I got another one coming up later, but it does not concern drinking, but I'll have that coming up later on this morning, too. Last story before I go to some news in just a minute. Dear Abby, which I'll make a Dear Jamie this morning.
Boy.
Wife's obsession weighs on husband. My wife, Gloria, and I have been happily married for 13 years. She's been working out the past couple of years and achieved impressive results. She looks fantastic. I fully support her. The problem is she's consumed by an insatiable hunger to be thin. Although she's already very much in shape, but she's constantly nonstop talking about diets and losing weight.
This should be talking
Why
about
does she
you.
keep insisting that she needs to diet?
How many times a day do you weigh?
Your wife doesn't see herself the way
She
you
doesn't
do.
answer
She does
that.
not accept that she has achieved her goal and regards herself as a work in progress.
I don't even work out, so whatever.
Well, you need
and
to.
Dusty.
Listen,
You're saying I need to work out?
quit worrying about everything that you... Okay, speaking of... I'm glad you let me into that. We were off for a week. Gloria's mom, she's had to take her to the doctor. She's had some problems and stuff.
Zora.
And I ride a bicycle about every day, me and Dusty at the gym, and try to cook out, eat sensible. Last week,
It was horrible.
we had barbecue from Lawler's, thank you, Jerry, every day for breakfast after we had that party,
Hey,
fed
quit.
40 people barbecue. Every day for breakfast, had barbecue and slaw. One day we had Wendy's for lunch right here because her mom wanted Wendy's, so there's burger and fries. The next day, KFC. Next day, KFC.
Then Casablanca.
Then Saturday, Gloria's birthday, Mexican food, Casablanca across the street.
I didn't gain a pound. How much did you gain?
What else did we eat? I can't remember, but it's so odd. We ate all that all week long.
Wendy's again yesterday.
And I still,
That stinks
lose
for
any
you,
weight.
doesn't it?
Anyway,
How many times, back to that question, how many times a day do you weigh there, Mr. Obsessive?
I'm trying
Tell me.
dieter's delight. So I like to keep my weight kind of down. And got my
You're
physical
bad.
results yesterday, and I'm good to go for another year. So that just says
So now that you
the
just told
marathon
everybody
continues.
I don't work out, I'm going
All right, I'm going to take our first break on this Tuesday morning edition. Cooper and Company. Glad to be back in action on a Tuesday morning outside here in Athens, Alabama. We'll tell you about some other things coming up with ZNN in just a moment.
Hush.
Y'all hang on.